EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to South Florida and Hard Rock Stadium here in Miami. The excitement brewing here in South Florida as a moment ago the Dolphins starters were introduced to this home crowd. They're fired up as well as they get set to match up with the Minnesota Vikings.
Jason Sanders to kick off for Miami.
Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. And this carries into the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the... touchback.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. A first carry for a Miami native. This is Dalvin Cook. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
He was tackled at the 27.
The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 16 yards, a first down. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only they're controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. On 1st down, it's Cook. And he'll get this up past the 45 to the 47. Byron Jones in there to make the tackle.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
He was brought down at his 49.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
On 3rd down, Cook. And he's going to have a 1st down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. It's a pickup of 6. 1st down, Minnesota. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
On the carry.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
They go play action. Cousins. And he's got the hook up here. It's Kyle Rudolph. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Cousins now to throw on 1st down. This will be caught at about the 6. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A gain of 5 brings up.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
Now, that's a mountain of a man that just made that stop, isn't it? But he's more than that. This guy's nimble and quick. More than a space eater, he just made a great play there.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on third down. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Dan Bailey now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
Makes the score Vikings 7, Dolphins nothing. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
First and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
And with the play clock winding down, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up first and 10 at the 20. He'll set up to throw from the gun. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked by Jeff Gladney. And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line.
Intercepted by the Vikings. They'll take...
Another L. Designer on me, this that new Chanel. Did that splash, did that drip. Yeah, champion, yeah, we here. Yeah, this the winning teams. 6 rings with a pinky ring. Everybody used to picking me, now I'm the one that they picking. Snakes out, they hissing, but I can't hear when the crowd screams. Still balling like an offspring. This for all the ones that doubted me. Gotta lose once to be a true winner. Only want the hunters with the blues in it. Eating blood across it where the blood dinner. Juice stay turned like... I've been through that water like Olympic swimmers. Only bread and butter, what we ate for dinner. So I had to dream it till the dream is bigger. Only want the gold, we don't need the silver. Gotta be number 1, number 2 never count. Used to have bubble guts competition now.
This is the NFL on EA Sports, and we are in the Pacific Northwest at CenturyLink Field in Seattle, Washington. This crowd, as we've come to expect in recent years, as loud as any in the NFL, and they get even louder when their Seahawks are introduced. We're ready for football as the Seahawks get set to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. Dan Bailey now to put the ball in the air, and off we go from Seattle. This one taken just inside the 10. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
First and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
It's our time. It's our time. But Mike 42. Gotta go. In and out. Let's go.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. 20, 10, and all the way in. Touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf, 73 yards. And the Seahawks have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, one word for that opening play call, and that is aggressive, but it worked. First play from scrimmage, long touchdown pass.
Well, let's be honest about it. In our production meeting last night, we talked about when would the secondary get tested. I did not say they'd get tested on play number one. I knew as the game went along, they would take their shots. That, as you said, a bold strike and very successful right out of the gate.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
After the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Cousins and the Vikings with a first and 10 at their own 22. Now the first carry for Dalvin Cook. And he will fight his way forward to about the 23-yard line. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line.
Down at the 30.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done.
Andre Diggs on the tackle.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for first and 10. Cook. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's brought down at the
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a 3rd and about 4.
on the tackle.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
And it's 3rd down.
Here's Cousins. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
Would have been a decently long field goal, 51 yards from here, but instead they're going to go for it. Running for it, here's Cook, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. Dalvin Cook turned away on 4th down. And the Seahawks are going to take over the football. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at the 33-yard line. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
A loss of 2.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Here's Wilson, and they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
On 3rd down, it's Carson. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this down to the 40-yard line. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 34-yard line.
Working with his 2nd and 4. And they'll go jet sweep here with Dorsett. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Vikings nothing.
They'll run on first down. Carson, and he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
Brought down at the...
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Wilson after the play fake to Carson. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. 0 accountability, and a sack resulted.
Looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 11, and he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. No doubt a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Cousins. The open man is Smith. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
A gain of
that good for 19 yards as they pick up the conversion on 3rd. They show run with 3 tight ends here on 1st down. Play action now. Cousins. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd down, it's Cook. Touchdown, Vikings!
the ball carrier.
Dalvin Cook, 57 yards. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
We know it's primarily a passing league now, but anytime a runner breaks one like that, you've got to have a secondary that can find a way to him and find a way to get him on the ground. Absent of that, he's going to find the end zone every time.
Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
26-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. A tale of two extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that mythological thing that we do? If you have a candy bar, have a diet soda with it, it balances it out. And we know that's not really true, right? Because the interception, that sting lingers a little bit longer. Got to come out now and put together some nice plays.
We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here, and that'll make it 3rd down. From the shotgun, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Wilson to Metcalf that time. 1st down, Seattle.
1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
42's the mark, boys. 42. 42's the mark. Got it. Rush in. Go down.
On 1st down, Wilson. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Russell Wilson with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Seahawks have taken the lead. Well, that's a heck of a response to regain the lead after we had seen the touchdown to tie the game.
I would say what we just saw there was a great amount of points, because typically when teams tie the game up, it's a little bit of a, how would you say, you kind of take a step back and have to get yourself regrouped. They regrouped in a hurry, didn't they? They attacked back after they'd been tied.
And in a big way, that was a statement-long touchdown.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Benson Mayowa, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Lets it fly for Thielen. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
After the interception, here's Wilson. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. From midfield now, here's Wilson. Dancing to his left. And now he's going to use his legs. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be second and a couple.
The best quarterbacks that ever played the game all wanted to blend in with their teammates and be one of the guys. But sometimes you got to take modesty and put it aside. You're the franchise quarterback, the face of the...
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. And he can't quite intercept it. Zone coverage, free safety was there. Couldn't come up with it, and now it's 4th down. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. So possession goes over here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime.
20-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Quentin Dunbar with a pick. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A 1-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. And this carries into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
At their own 21-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there out of Cook. And even 60 yards for him on the ground. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. On the carry, it's Cook. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Tackle made.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
On 2nd down now, it's Cook. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
No gain on the play. And it brings up 3rd down.
Now a run with Cook. And he is going to be stopped at the 12, short of the 1st down. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
4 yards. It's now 4th down.
And no signs of the field goal unit. They're going for it on 4th down. Cousins. This is caught. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Kirk Cousins on the connection to Justin Jefferson. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Bailey now for the extra point. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14.
That ties the game at 14. Dan Bailey to kick off for Minnesota.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. This taken in about 4 yards deep.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their lead has evaporated in this third quarter. It's tied once more as they begin with a 1st and 10. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. He'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
Yeah, he only gets a few yards on 1st and 10, but he's better off doing that than throwing an incompletion or even worse, an interception.
47-yard line.
From the 47, it's 2nd and 5. Now it's Carson. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. On the move to his left. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Greg Olsen was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just talking about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
They run it with Carson. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the first half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one, as he just did there.
Anthony Barr in on the tackle.
2nd and 9 at the 19-yard line.
On 2nd and 9, Wilson steps away to his left. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Seattle, Washington. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. A field goal could get him the lead, but it might not be enough here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll run high, and he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Seahawks are going to take the lead. A solid blocking up front from the guys on the offensive line allowed him to get in for the touchdown.
Yeah, some might say that the guys on the offensive line were in concert. I used to have a coach who called it marrying up, meaning when you get on a guy, you just stay right there, and each guy has his own assignment. That allowed the runner to make the big move towards the end zone.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play, and that's how they got it done.
Yeah, they got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That one good for a 1st down pickup of 18 yards. First down, here's the run with Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 44-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Cousins. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. Another toe for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. 6 yards there. First down, Minnesota.
First down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cook. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be third down. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical third down now, needing a score here in the late going. Working out of the gun, Cousins. And Rudolph has it, the tight end. And he will have the first down, but he winds up paying for it pretty good.
8-yard pickup.
Cousins to his tight end, Rudolph, for a Viking first down. Now Cousins. And nowhere to fit that football in. It's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to find Justin Jefferson there. That'll bring up second down. Back to throw. Setting up the screen for Cook. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there and a first down.
A gain of 12.
I tell you, it has not been his best day throwing the football. He really needs to piece something together here.
All will be forgiven if he leads them into the end zone.
To the air again, it's Cousins. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Shaquille Griffin knocking it away that time in coverage.
We've seen that the deep ball has been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
On second down, Cook. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. Again, it's Cook. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game. Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on fourth down. Cousins. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And he will take this all the way up past the 40-yard line.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Second and 11 at the 41. They run again with Carson. And yet again, he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They run for it with Carson. And this doesn't end well at all as they stop him far behind the line to gain.
Score Seahawks 21.
Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
Even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Seahawks here as we say so long from Seattle.
She right got me.
Hit one and be so you gotta go berserk.
Okay. Sometimes you need a friend, not the one.